Hi children, this is for class 6 standard. Subject is science. So today we are going to discuss about the topic that is separation of substances. So children, we all have seen our parents and grandparents separating small stones or pebbles from the rice and grains, pulses, yes. So and also the filtering of tea leaves before serving tea and lot more. Yes. So, so the practice of separation of substances is usually required to remove or separate the required substance from their mixtures. Yes. Sir. So, yes, children. So you might have seen that at your home, your mothers and grandparents, your mother, grandmother, remove the stones and pebbles from the rice or wheat. Yes. So this is what we call it as what the practice of a separation of a substances is usually required. So what is the requiring of this separation of a substances? Why? Because so why we remove such a substance, because that we are not which is not useful for us. Yes, so these stones and pebbles which are not useful for our body, for that purpose what we will do, we what we can do, that is we will remove from that. Yes, so we can remove the stones and pebbles from the mixture. So this is what we are called it as what the practice of a separation of substances is required to remove or separate the required substance from their mixtures. Yes. So what do you mean by mixture here? See, a mixture is a material made up of two or more different substances. Okay, mixtures which are nothing but which is made up of two or more substances. Yes, so which are mixed but are not combined chemically. Okay, so some the mixtures means what, that the two or more substances are mixed but not chemically. Yes, means for example I will tell that what, in the rice you can see the stones and pebbles. Yes, so or also you mix rice and dal. Yes, so what will happen, that is a kind of a mixture. What kind of a mixture? Rice and dal. Yes, when you cook rice and dal, what will happen, it will become smooth. Okay, the hard substance becomes smooth. That is what we are called as what, chemically changed. Okay, so here in this mixture what will happen, it is not be a chemically combined. Okay, chemically means a new substance is forming, whereas physically means what, here there is no any new substance is forming. Yes, so mixture which is nothing but what, a material or any substance which are made up of two or more different substances. Okay, so those substances which are mixing, no, that are not to be combined chemically. See, separation means what here? Separation is the process of separating one or more components from a mixture. Yes, so substance separation means it is a process of separating one or more components from a mixture. For example, distillation, sedimentation, filtration. Okay, so about this you will learn in this only. Okay, so this is an example of separation. So separation means what? Separation means removing of substance from a mixture. Okay, next is what? Yes, hand picking. So hand picking means what? Hand picking is one of the method of, so in this separation we can see different kinds of separations. Yes, the first separation is what? That is hand picking. What? Hand picking. Hand picking is a method of separation used to separate large sized impurities like pieces of dirt, stone and husk from wheat, rice or pulses. Okay, means hand picking means we can remove the waste things from a mixture by how? By the hand. Okay, so it is a method of separation used to separate large sized impurities. What are large sized impurities? That is dirt, stone and husk from wheat, rice or pulses. Yes, so before our mother, what she will do, before what she do, that is before cooking rice or dal or any recipe, first what she do, she will clean. Yes, before cooking she clean everything, that is dal. So she remove some dust in, remove from dust in rice, and then afterwards she wash rice. Yes, afterwards then she will cook. Yes, so before cooking these are process will make by your mother. Yes, why? Because in that there is a waste things are there that which are not necessary for us. Yes, so so it is one of the method, that is what hand picking is one of the process of separation. By this process what will happen, we will separate the large sized impurities by how? By hand. Okay, so in the wheat, rice and pulses, your pulses, there is a unavailable, that is which are not necessary, unavailable substances which are present in that, so it cannot be useful for us. For that purpose we will remove by that is hand. Okay, so it is what hand picking process. So this is how the picture shows that how by in this mixture she one of a person that is removing a sub, that is wasteful things outside. Yes, so this picture shows the by the process of hand picking we can remove the large impurities from the mixture. Okay. Next is what? Another one process, that is what? Threshing. So what is this threshing? Threshing is the process of beating stalks to separate the grains from the harvested crop. It is done manually by farmers or by threshing machines. So threshing is the process of beating the stalks to separate the grains from the harvested crop. Okay, so in the farmer, see in the farmers will do that, the stalks they will remove the grains from these bundles of stalks. How? By beating. Yes, so this is the one of the separation, by separating grains from where? From the stalk. Yes, so this is one of the process that we can see in agriculture field or in the farmer. Yes, another one method is that what? Winnowing. Winnowing means what? After removing the grains from the stalk, the grains will separate. So that's afterwards we will get a clean grains? No, still in that grains there we can see that is some of the layer of the some pieces of dust or any other things that we can see in that stalk. Yes, in that grains. Okay, so the still also some of the wasteful things which are present in that grains. For that purpose we have to remove some waste things from that grains. So how it can be done? It can be done by the process of winnowing. Yes, so this is the method of separation used to separate heavier and lighter components. Here heavier means what? Like large stones, pebbles, these are what? Heavier components which are present in the grains. Okay, say what about lighter particles? Lighter particles means the dry leaves and all that, that are what? That are lighter particles. So by this winnowing process we can remove the heavier and lighter components of a mixture by how? By wind or by blowing air. So normally this is used to separate husk from the grains. Okay, so Husk means it is the waste dust. So these are the lighter particles which are present in the grains, that is removed by the process of winnowing. Okay. So this picture shows that the process of winnowing. Okay. So the amount that is here, what is happening? See, lighter particles are throwing in the air. Yes. Whereas in that there is removing soup. That is what? That is heavier particles are remains at this tool that are using to this winnowing process. Yes. So whereas this is what? Husk. Husk is going through the air. Yes. And the grain is separating from this. So it's separating from this dust and husk, soup and husk. Yes. So in this grain, these are the waste things which are present. Yes. So in this, what will happen? See, here is, you can see in this picture, this is what? These are the higher particles, that is heavy particles which are remained at this, and the lighter particles are going through this air. Yes. So here what is remaining? That is grain is separating from this waste things. Yes. So this is one of the process that is used by the farmers. Okay. Next is what? Sieving. Sieving means what? Sieving is a method of separation in which the mixture is passed through a filter or a sieve. Yes. So larger particles, usually the impurities do not pass through the filter and hence collect on the sieve. So the finer particles flow past the sieve and can be collected below. So here you can see, yes, so here you can see this is done by, yes. So in this, what is going on? So see, some of the fine particles which is sieving by this, yes, siever, that is, and as the heavier particle, that is fine particles which we can sieve. The larger particles, usually the impurities do not pass through the filter, whereas hence they collect on the sieve, and the finer particles flow past on the sieve. Yes. So and can be collected below. Yes. So this is one of the process that we can see. Yes. So next is what? There are other kind of a separation that we can see, that is what? Filtration, sedimentation and decantation. Okay. What do you mean by filtration? Filtration is the process of passing the mixture through a filter. Yes. So whereas some of the mixtures that we can see, that is not separated by any other methods. Yes. So in that case, we use this filtration method by in this process passing the mixture through a filter to remove the solid particles from the fluid components of the mixture. Yes. So some of the fine particles, when it dissolved in, when it mixed with any liquid, no, it, in that case what will happen? We have to remove some solid substance from the liquid, means we have to use this filtration process. Yes. So and is what? Next is what? Sedimentation. So when the heavier component in the mixture settles, when the water is added to it, the process is called as what? Sedimentation. So this method is used in separating grains from the dust and soil. See, here is what? The mixture, so the process of sedimentation and decantation that we can see in this picture. See, sedimentation means what? Here is a mixture. Yes. So for example, you can take in a beaker a water and add it with the sand particles. Okay. So this is a mixture of what? This is the mixture of water and sand. Yes. So here first time when you add a sand in the water, means what will happen? Startingly the sand gets suspended in the water. Yes. Startingly the water that is the sand gets suspended in the water, whereas when you keep it few minutes for a side, means what will happen? All the sand particles to be settled at the bottom. Yes. So in this case what will happen? We have, it is getting very easy to separate the water from the sand, or also we can separate sand and water. Yes. see here is what, how we can separate this. So when you take that mixture, when you take it to the another beaker with slowly, means when you separate the liquid to the another container and the remaining sand to be settled this beaker only. Yes, so this is what undissolved substance which is settled at the bottom. Okay, so that is what we called it as what, the process of sedimentation and decantation. So decantation is the process after sedimentation that involves removing the water and along with the impurities. So this is after separating the water and sand, what will happen? See, this is the separating of a liquid from another container, that is called as what, sedimentation, whereas the removing particles which the settled at the bottom, that is called as what, decantation. So this is the process of what we are called sedimentation and decantation. Once again, that is what, sedimentation is when heavier component in the mixture settled, when water is added to it, the process which we are called it as what, sedimentation, and this method is used to separate grains from the dust and soil. Okay. So decantation is the process after sedimentation that involves removing the water along with the impurities. The removing of a water from that mixture, that we are called it as what, decantation process. Next is what, another one separation of a mixture, that is called what, condensation. What? Condensation. Condensation is the process of conversion of water vapor into its liquid and form due to contact with cooler surface, that we are called it as what, condensation. See, condensation, just you can understand only that what, just you understand that condensation is the process of conversion of, that is, gaseous state into liquid state. Yes, so it is the process of gaseous state into liquid state. Yes, so this is the process which we are called it as what, condensation. So any substance when it convert gaseous state to liquid state, that we are called it as what, condensation. See, the process of conversion of water vapor into its liquid form due to the contact with a cooler surface, that we are called it as what, condensation. Or you can say that condensation, which is nothing but conversion of gaseous state into liquid state. Okay, you can take it with any one of these two definition. Okay, see, the formation of water droplets on a metallic lid while boiling the water. So in kitchen room, you can see, you might have seen that when the water is boiling, in that case, when you keep it on, when you close that boiling water on the boiling water, you can close it any lid or plate, means what will, after few minutes, what will happen, on the plate you can see, the water droplets to be falling. Yes, see why? Because of that, when the water start get boiling, no, in that case what will happen, the water to be vaporized. Okay, so it will get evaporate. How? That is liquid state, it is converting into the gaseous state. So there is no space to go out of the gas. Yes, there is no space out of the vapor. Yes, so in that case what will happen, all the gas, that is all the vapors to be attached to the lid of that, the plate you can take. Yes, so when it attached to the plate, means after touching the plate, it will again get convert into the, that vapors get convert into the liquid state. Yes, so this is the process which we are called it as what, condensation. Yes, so I hope you understood this. So this is the water vapor that you can see. Yes, so when the vapors to be attached to the any other particle, any other substance, any other material means, any other thing means that it should be, there is no allow to expose it. Yes, so in that case what will happen, that it should converting into the gas, that is liquid state. So this is condensation process means was, condensation process means the conversion of gaseous state to that is liquid state. Next is what? Evaporation. Evaporation means what? It is the process of conversion of water into its vapor. Yes, that is what. So water is a liquid state. Yes, when you start boil the water means what will happen? When you start boiling means what will happen? It will start get evaporate. Okay. So when you keep a boil of when you keep water on the heat means what? When you start heat means you continuously keep it on stove means what will happen? See, after a long time, what you cannot see the water in the bowl. Why? Because so the all the water get evaporates. Yes, so that is the process of evaporation, that is the process of the conversion of a liquid into vapor, that we are called it as what? Evaporation. Okay, so the process of evaporation takes place continuously wherever water is present. Children, do you know that how salt is prepared? So how we get salt? From the sea water. Yes, so in the sea water the salt is, the sodium chloride is present. Okay, so the salt is removed by the water. How? By which process? That is evaporation. Okay, by the process of evaporation, that we can collect, that we can separate salt from the water. Okay, when you exposed to a sea water into the sun means what will happen? The all the water get evaporates and the salt which is present in that sea, that is remains. Okay, so that is how we can separate the salt from the water. Okay, by the process of evaporation. So this is the evaporation. See, in the ocean you can see that water get evaporating from the sunlight. Yes, so this is the water cycle that we can see, the process of conversion of evaporation and the conduction. So children, when the water get exposed to the sun means after heating the water get evaporates. Okay, and the vapors of the water get reach to the, it mix, the vapors get mixed up with the air, and the air to be, when air goes to the up, and then it will convert the process of what? Conduction means what here? Conduction means what? Converting of gaseous state into liquid state. Okay, see, this water is, this water is liquid state, whereas this, when you expose to this water into the sun means the water get convert into the gaseous state. How? By the vapors. Okay, by the process of evaporation. Okay, so these gas particles, these vapors to be mixed with air, and this air goes up. Okay, so after going up it becomes cool. Okay, it gets the cool surface, and then it will convert to the liquid form, and by this it fall on the droplet of the water to the earth. So this is the cycle that we can see in the nature continuously. So how the rain, how this raining? By the process of this evaporation, condensation. Okay, so water get evaporates and reach to the sky, and then afterwards this gathered by the process, by getting the cool surface, that gaseous to be converting into the form of droplets, the droplets which we are called it as what? Rain. Okay, so this is the water, this is the cycle, the process of conduction and evaporation that we can also see in the nature also. Okay, See, can water dissolve it all? Yes. So a solution is a homogeneous. Here we can see, can water dissolve it all? In that water that we can dissolve anything? Yes. See, solution means what here? Solution is a homogeneous mixture and composed of two or more substances. See, homogeneous mixture means what here? It is a combination of two or more substance. For example, that is, in a glass of water you can take a lemonade juice. Yes, that is lemonade which we are called. In that what we can see? We add water, yes, and lemon and also salt and also sugar. So this is the mixture that we can see. So this is a kind of a solution. Why? Because in that liquid we add a lemon. That is the, in water is a liquid. Yes. So in that water we add lemon, we add sugar, yes, we add salt. Okay. So after mixing these all things we get one solution. Yes, that we are called it as what? Lemon juice. Yes. So that is, this is the juice which we are called it as homogeneous. Why we called it as homogeneous? Why? Because it is composed of two or more substance. What are the substance which are present in this lemon juice? That is sugar, yes, lemon, water. Yes. So this is what we are called it as what? Solution. So solution is a homogeneous mixture and composed of two or more substance. So in such a mixture, a solute substance dissolved in another substance known as solvent. Okay. Here solute means what? Sugar. Sugar, it is dissolved in a water, in which sugar can dissolved in where? In the water. So the liquid state which we are called it as what? The solvent. The substance which dissolved in a liquid, that we are called it as what? Solute. And the solvent which is dissolving in that solute, that we are called it as what? Solvent. Okay, the solute which is dissolved in a solvent. Okay, here solute is what? Sugar, and solvent is water. Okay, solvent means what? Any other substance that it can dissolve other substance in it. Okay, so water is there. Water has the capacity to dissolving a sugar in it. Okay, so here sugar is what? Sugar is the solute. Okay, see in this picture you can see that, see the liquid is there, no? This is what? Solvent. Whereas the solute that we can add in this, that is called what? Solute. Okay, that is salt. We can say that salt or sugar. Okay, so that salt is what? That is solute. Whereas solvent, the liquid state that we can take, that solvent means has the capacity to dissolving in it other substance. That is other means which one? That is solute. So here what do you mean by saturated solution? See saturated solution is a chemical solution containing the maximum concentration of a solute dissolved in the solvent. For example, a saturated solution of salt in water is that in which no more salt can be dissolved. This added salt will just sediment down to the bottom of the vessel. See, what will happen? Take a glass of water. We will conduct an experiment that we can conduct. That is what? Take a beaker and a small cup of water. Okay, small teacup of water you take. You add you add 1 teaspoon of a sugar, that is salt in it. Okay, again you add another teaspoon of a salt. See, like that you continue this process continuous. Okay, you continue this process by adding a teaspoonful of a salt in the water. You goes on, when you add a 1 teaspoonful of salt in a water, means what will happen? it will dissolve. Yes, again you add that, what will happen? Again it will dissolve. Continuously you goes on adding salt, means what will happen after certain time, after period of a time, what will happen? The salt get remained in the beaker. Why it is? Because water the lost the capacity of dissolving. Okay, so the water is there, no, it lost its capacity to dissolve salt in it. So that is the capacity of water, that it lost to dissolve salt in it. That stage of water we call it as saturated. That is what? Unsaturated. That is what we are called it as what? Unsaturated. Whereas saturated means what? Saturated means the water has the capacity to dissolve other, that is solute in that. Okay, whereas unsaturated means what? It do not have the capacity to dissolving other substance in it. Okay, see, when you continuously add a salt in that water, means what? The water does not cannot dissolving the salt in it. Okay, instead of that, what will happen? The salt remains at the bottom. So that is the condition of a water which we are called as what? Unsaturated. Okay, see, so unsaturated solution is a chemical solution containing the maximum concentration of a solute dissolved in the solvent, whereas unsaturated means the solution of a salt water is that which no more salt can be dissolved in it. That is the situation, that is what we are called it as what? Unsaturated. Yes. So next is what? Churning. Churning means what? It is the process of shaking up cream or whole milk to make butter. Okay, see, learn more about separate a pure substance from the topics. That is what? So churning is the process of, that is what we are called as what? So removing of a butter from the liquid. Okay, it is the process of shaking up cream or a whole milk to make a butter. By seeing this image you can understand the process of churning. Okay, so this is what the Krishna and her mother. So you all know that children, that Krishna loves much butter. Okay, while his mother churning butter, removing the butter from the milk, means he will be take that butter and eat. Yes, so this is the process which we are called it as what? That is churning. Okay, means what? That is removing of a cream from whole milk to make a butter. Okay, so this is your lesson, what? Separation of substances. Okay, thank you.